y'all, it's Kathy again. I am still working on Dee Dee Farago's 3 and 15 DFBC. That's the hashtag. It stands for 3 and 15 Don't Freak Out Before Christmas. Dee Dee does this challenge every year, and she does it to get her Christmas journals started. I have chosen to do the challenge, but I don't need Christmas right now, so I'm doing mine in just general colors, just general paper, because I need some pockets for journals. Okay, so I'll link Dee Dee's YouTube below, so you'll be able to find her and find good instructions and good explanations. We know I'm kind of a klutz, and I kind of make things, who am I kidding, not a little harder, a lot harder than they need to be. So, yeah, I encourage y'all to go over and see what Dee Dee's doing, because she does a great job. Okay, what I'm starting out with is I've got a few sheets of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And these are just ones that I've printed on out of kits. I'm not sure whose kits they might be. If you recognize them, please, please, please feel free to comment in the comment section and tell everybody whose beautiful paper this is. So what we're going to do, what we need is we need one piece that's 8.5 by 5.5 and one piece that's 8.5 or 8 by 5.5. So 5.5 is half of this sheet of paper, so that's why the 5.5. Could you make this a different width? Sure, you can make this any size you want to after, you know, you get the idea down. Okay, so I know this is 8.5 and I need it to be 8 by 5.5, so I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch, which happens to be right at the edge of the metal bar there. And if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. It'll be okay. I promise. I have experience with that. It'll be okay. Okay, let's do this one. Same thing. We're going to cut it at 5.5 to get that first measurement. And this determines the width of your belly band at the end. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. Cut a 1/2 inch off of here. And that's not critical. It is not at all critical. You kind of want them to be the same. And what I'm doing here is I am just, yeah, I picked the wrong one with the wrong one. I'm kind of mixing them up so they won't be same. And I might as well go ahead and do this one too. So we already knew this wasn't going to be a 15-minute video, right? Because I don't think I've made a, well, yeah, yesterday's video was pretty short. But I'm not good at making 15-minute videos. We'll just say that. Okay, 1/2 inch. And look at that. That is actually a 1/2 inch down there at the bottom. I wonder if that'll, I don't think it will. It might. Look at there. This right here gets you to the 1/2 inch point. What about that? Okay, now I'm going to go even crazier. This is the long one. This is the short one. This is the long one. I'm just trying to mix up my papers so that they're not all same. Okay. So, and here I have one that I already had cut, and the reason I kept it is because it's not quite 8.5. So, it's just going to be a little bit of difference in the height, but that's okay. So, So, okay, here we go. Now we've got our cuts made. So now let's score. If I can find my scoreboard. Okay, so we've got the shorter one that's 8 inches, and we've got the taller one that's 8.5 inches. And I can never get that out of there, and I'm always afraid I'm going to break my fingernails. So, okay, on the taller one, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, then we're going to turn it so that the short side is at the top, and we're going to score it at 2 3/4, which is half. So if you wanted this, if you're using it for a belly band, or if you're using it for a pocket, tuck pocket, or whatever you decide to use it for, you can make it wider. You would just use wider paper. Okay, and then on the shorter one, the one that's 8 by 5.5, we're just going to come in and score it at 2 3/4, which is half. Okay, so if you wanted to use, well, let's say you had 12-inch paper and you wanted the width to be 3 inches, you would just use 6 inches wide and 3 inches. So it's just however you want to do it. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to ink up this crease right here, this score, so that you can see what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off one of these two sides of the tabs. Doesn't matter which one, because we're going to end up inking it and gluing it down anyway. And I'm just making this into a tab so that we can fold it and attach it. Okay, so now we just fold. Get rid of a little bit of trash. Fold them over. And here we go. This here's where you have decisions to make. If you want to fold it like, or put it together like this, then your openings will be at this side. If you want one on one side and one on the other side, just put the tab like this, and then you have an opening here and an opening here, and this flips up. So yeah, then it's just a decision-making process where you want your flips to be and where you want your sides to be. And you see mine are not quite perfect right here. That's because of the way that I folded that paper. I can probably use my bone folder and make it fold over a little better. There we go. That's a little better. And then by the time we ink it, no one will be any the wiser. Okay, so let's do the rest of the scoring. And I'm going to take my taller one, and I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to turn it and score it at 2 3/4. And my shorter one, I'm going to score it at 2 3/4, which is in half of the width. Okay. And do the same thing. 1/2 inch. 2 3/4. And 2 3/4. And I'll go ahead and do this one. And like I said, the only trick to it is to make sure one of them's a little longer so you'll have that tab to fold over and attach the pieces together. So this one is 5 inches wide. No, it's 5.5 inches wide, just like the others. So we're going to go at 2 3/4, just like the others, and that's my short one. This one is my tall one, so I'm going to go half. And 2 3/4. Okay. So we can just start cutting. Cut those tabs out. Okay, and I scored a little heavy there, so you know what that means? That means bring out the washi tape. Any washi tape will do. Just gonna decorate it up a little bit more. And I know that this washi tape is not the thickest in the world. So here's where I do use glue stick. I will glue stick this washi tape. And we're going to go right there with that. And I see that I scored a little heavy right here also. So I'm just going to take another piece. A little short piece this time. Hope I'm not in my lap. Y'all just yell at me when I start crafting in my lap, because I know you can't see when I do that. There we go. Problem solved. Okay, and I can put this up. We're done with that. Now let's cut and prep. So let's see what happens on this one if I take out this other side. Okay. And this one. Okay, so now I think we're done with our scissors. Now we're just going to fold. I didn't fold the flap over. Just do that quickly. There's a set. And you do want to try to fold your score so that your paper edges are even. That's what I didn't pay attention to on that first one. But luckily we were able to go back and fix it. It's paper, we can fix it. There we go. And the last one here. And this is the one with the washi tape. And it should fold over just fine. And you can put some washi tape on the outside if you want to, which won't hurt a thing. We will just go ahead and do that quick. Just add a little more decoration. If you have enough tape and glue, you can fix any piece of paper. Trust me, I know these things. Yeah, don't think I've done it once or twice, huh? Okay, there we go. Now fold this last one. This one. And we'll just ink that edge up. We're not going to put tape on both sides because we know we've got the tape on the inside, so it's going to be nice and strong. Okay, so here we go. Here's where we start making our decisions. Do we want them both to open up the same way, which would have us folding our flap over this way, and then this lifts up. And this can be glued down. The back can be glued down as a belly band or a pocket. And then we just slip a paper clip on there, keep everything together, and we're good to go. So let's do this one this way. And I do use my good old art glitter glue. Get the gloobers off of it. And you want to kind of be sure to line it up. And there we go. We've got journaling space, and journaling space. We've got all kinds of flips and flops and decorating potential and all kinds of good things going on with that one. Okay, let's do it again. This one, I'm going to make one open one way and one open the other way, so we'll have a little flip and a flop here. Thank you, Dee Dee, for coming up with all these great pockets. I've never had an original thought in my life, I don't think. Certainly not about making new kinds of pockets. These are just fun. Fun, fun, fun. And they're all going to be inked up. They're going to be in the journal. They're going to have lace and die cuts and all kinds of things on them, so yeah. Okay, let's make this one go the other way. Line it up. And I'm just lining up these two edges here. This edge. And like I've said before, my world does not have perfect in it. Not have perfect. So, I can promise you, it can be fixed. There we go. For something that looks complicated, it's really not. It's really a nice, easy kind of pocket. So let's go this way with this one. Get that edge lined up. Give it a little blue. And you can plan out which way you want them to go, but you don't have to. I mean, they can just be random. I like random. There we go. That one goes, that opens that way, flips up, and opens that way. Okay, so how many did I end up doing? We did 4. Nice. Okay, well that was a nice quick pocket. And you see this one, these both ended up the same length here, but they're not the same length as the other pockets. They're a little bit taller, but that is okay, because we can figure out where we want to use them. And look, they're still this is the important part. They can't be taller than 8.5 if your journal page is 8.5 inches tall. So that's the important part. But this is like 8.25, so we're good there. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching this one. Go over and check out Dee Dee. I hope you're all having a happy day and find some time to craft. See ya.